Starting live in 3, 2, 1.
Joe, get on the dance. Get on the dance. Get on the festivities. Crazy week for waiver wires, buddy. You know you want to. Hey, get one down in a second if you wait, just like the waivers, just like the waiver wires, just like trades. I got them all day. MIA Paper Planes, thank you for leading us into this great show. Joe, welcome back to part 2 of our weekly recaps and our segments. This is the waiver wires and also the previews, predictions, and pretentiousness by your commissioner, where we get down into breaking down who we think is going to win this week, who has the best wins, the storylines, and age factors. Joe, welcome to the show, my old friend, my good friend, my great friend.
I'm not that old.
How have you been? How have you been since Tuesday?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, well, some interesting waivers that I'm sure you're going to get into. I look forward to getting your take on.
Absolutely. But first, we have to introduce somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may, I would like to welcome our unofficial sponsor, Fireball, the one, the only, the truest, kiss the devil, Fireball. Joe, let's do a shot to that before we get into this. Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's
great.
good.
Incredible.
Okay, sorry. YouTube, thanks for having us back. We're getting more and more views, more likes on the videos, and more subscribe. Joe, what should the viewers do if they enjoy this video?
Subscribe. Like, subscribe.
Yo, make sure to hit for notifications too. Be always alerted when new videos drop. It'll be nice. We appreciate you. Moving right on, Joe, to start the waiver. What's this? Breaking news. Trade alert. Trade alert. Trade alert. Danger. Will Robinson. Trade alert. What a chase for the Hurts sends Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver, San Francisco, to boner pills in exchange for Najee Harris. Who? Joe, I'll ask you for your grades on this trade in a second. I can't really give trades. I wanted Najee because he puts up 9-10 points. He may be putting up horrible numbers, but that consistency is what I've been lacking from my running backs, and that's a consistent fill-in. Just bolsters my running back depth. With that being said, Joe, please go ahead and grade this trade. I would love to hear our first trade of the season.
My first thought, I laughed because you picked up Ayuk off the waivers Sunday morning.
I'm savvy.
Yeah, right.
Big brain.
Which, I mean, and yeah, Ayuk put in.
Yeah, weren't you shitting on that move that I did last year too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I drafted Ayuk, and then I dropped him. And then you picked him up. You traded him the next day after he got you, 15 points? Something like
17,
that? 17 points. Right. As for Najee, RIP Najee Harris, because that Pittsburgh offense, God. But you know what? I was looking at the schedule, and they have a pretty juicy second half of the schedule. Bye week this week. They're on a bye this week, so bye week.
Get healthier.
And he's talented. He's very talented, and there really isn't anybody behind him. So as long as he stays healthy, he's bound to keep getting targets. I'm really surprised that they haven't kept feeding him the way they did the last 2 years.
Right. I mean, they will. Their offensive line's learning on the go, put together like the Bucs. So I think they will. I think they'll get together, but more of their rushing game together. Their defense is going to get better after the trading of William Jackson from Washington. So that's going to bolster their unit right there exponentially. Joe, who was the winner of this trade? The judge?
I mean, ultimately you, because you really didn't give up anything besides a one-day-old waiver wire.
I would have kept Ayuk on my roster.
Huh?
I would have kept Ayuk on my roster.
Yeah, sure. I'm not saying you would have dropped him. I'm just saying.
Okay, Joe. So winner is Clay. That is noted. Thank you. I do appreciate that, your insight. Moving right on, Joe, you ended up dropping Tua before making any moves to pick up the Baltimore defense. Good pickup. The signing of Raekwon Smith is going to shore up that defensive unit. Should be more productive. That's an old school linebacker like the Ravens are used to and love, like that murderer Ray Lewis. Andrew, you went ahead and dropped Matthew Stafford, Los Angeles Rams quarterback. You also dropped Breece Hall, New York Jets rookie darling, who got injured sadly too soon. RIP. Added Jeff Wilson, recently traded to Miami, running back, and Will Lutz as a kicker because your kicker is on bye week. You didn't drop him. Weird move, Cotton. See if it pays off for you. Daniel, you did this after the waiver wire pickups. I should include this last because it's not really a waiver wire. You dropped Julio Jones, a Tampa massive disappointment. Some could say a $7 million disappointment, and added the Minnesota defense. Mahendra, you dropped Brett Maher, the kicker for Dallas, and you went ahead and picked up Matt Prater from Arizona. John, Boner Pills, you dropped Jimmy Garoppolo, and you added Chase Claypool, Mapletron. And finally, Joe, the commissioner, making a twosies. I went ahead, I dropped Tyler Algier, unsung hero from last week, and I went ahead and dropped James Robinson, New York Jets. Don't like the timeshare that's going to be going on there. I went ahead and I added Kadarius Toney, huge upside next Tyreek Hill. I think so. And I went ahead and got back James Conner. Look, if Kadarius Toney had 189 yards, all-purpose yards, with Daniel Jones throwing the ball and only playing, 31 snaps, guess what happens when Mahomes has him, baby? It's blowing up. I went ahead and added James Conner, John Conner, just once again short of my running back. Betting for him getting healthy. I think once he's back in the lineup, I think it's going to help this offense. I think he's going to get those goal line touches, and it's a future move, Joe. You know, I needed to shore up my running backs.
Yeah, it was a good pickup.
Mm-hmm. I was also disappointed Kareem Hunt didn't get traded. I would have appreciated that. Send him to Los Angeles. That would have been incredible.
Yeah, but he didn't. Why'd you drop Tyler Algier?
I don't want nothing to do with that Falcon running back room. That's a timeshare, bro. You have Caleb Huntley.
Who?
Exactly. A guy that's getting 13 carries a game. Yeah, the Falcons do, and he's getting 13 carries for them.
Okay.
So Tyler Algier got most of the points last week on a lucky catch.
Yeah.
I don't think the forward is anything more than a running back 4, maybe a flex against a bad defense.
Yeah,
like
sure.
Tampa.
No, I agree with that. And I agree that Caleb Huntley, really, 13th. But so that's 2 running backs that really don't produce very much. Is there anybody to roster in the Atlanta backfield?
I mean, I think Cordell, but once again, I think he is like a 3rd or 4th running back, like 3rd, like on it against a bad defense. Just because you can't trust it, you can't trust the volumes they're getting. They clearly want to work a 3 system back.
I thought Cordell was on IR.
Is he out for season?
No, he's back this week.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So he's going to be coming back. What?
Who has Cordell? Spoiler alert! It's me.
A good one, Joe. Good setup here. Joe, let's go ahead and get another shot before we get back into the previews, predictions, and pretentiousness, man. Oh, yeah. So, Joe, first matchup this week, we got the Action Jacksons going against the Boner Pills. Action Jacksons 2-6, 7th place going into this. Boner Pills, Jonathan, 4-4, 5th place going into this. John won his last matchup 173-17, 162-64, back when they played in week 2. So, Kumar is trying to get revenge here. It is a revenge game. Storylines. John's season's moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. John had a fantastic start. I think some would say that he looked like the best team in the league until it all came spiraling down. He has lost, I believe it's 2 games in a row, something ridiculous like that.
He definitely lost.
And yeah, and so it's just, this is a big turning point here. Either you go above 500 or you go below 500. So huge turning point at this point of the season. Mahendra, can you continue to fight for the playoffs? Defeating John would be a long way because you would technically be 1 game behind John for 4th place and potentially 1 game away for that 4th and final playoff spot if they ended today.
Which they don't.
Perfect. Shot.
Sure.
Mage Factors, Joe Lozier.
Oh.
I got Scary Terry for Kumar, Mahendra. And I have the Bills offense for Jonathan going against a revamped New York Jets defense. How will they hold up?
Same as any other defense against the Bills offense?
Precisely. One thought to start for each team. That's thought spelled T-H-O-T. Mahendra, Deontay Foreman over Chuba Hubbard. That is if Hubbard is not healthy. He is currently questionable. If he does not go, obviously Deontay Foreman. That's kind of a cheat sheet right there because I think that was going to be your backup anyways. You roster both of them. Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan, I think Jacoby Myers in the flex would be good for you.
I'd like to get your take on something, though.
Yeah, what's that, bro?
Carolina's backfield. Okay? Chuba Hubbard, Deontay Foreman. But it's also Carolina and their offense. Do you not worry that not only will not one of them be able – but forget last week because goodness.
Deontay Foreman's had 2 great weeks.
I know, right? But like, so is there no correlation to a bad offense, like a Carolina offense, to running back production?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Rashad Penny to finish the year last year, the last 5 games, was the number 1 running back in the league, and he was on a Seattle offense that was putrid, and the bottom 6 in practically all metrics. So there's your proof of the pudding right there. And then you look at DeAndre Swift or Jamal Williams. That's a bad Lions football team, at least on defense. Their offense may be terrific, but overall, they're a 1-win team.
I cannot tell 1-1. They've put up I don't know the numbers. They've probably put up twice as many offensive points as the Bucs this year, haven't they? It would seem.
They're like number 1 in over average. No, they're top 5, I think. But
incredible. And they're 1-6.
Joe, we're getting off a little track here. Bye weeks. Mahendra's got Run CMC. He's also got CD Lamb. He also has Jerry, Judge, Judy on bye. Jonathan, you have Brandon Ayuk. Recently traded Brandon Ayuk. Savvy pickup by you. Beautiful, beautiful, man. God, I love you. I wish I could see you and hug you. Kiss on you. Is it getting high here, Joe? Is that just me? Melvin Gordon's also on a bye, and there's also Pat Freiermuth on the bye this week as well. Joe, prediction in this game, who you got?
I'm going to go, oh, man, those bye weeks. I guess I'm going to have to go John. I think those bye weeks are a little too hard to overcome there for Mahendra, unfortunately. Mahendra.
Joe, completely disagree with you. I got Mahendra. Oh, no, I'm sorry for cutting you off. Are you issuing an apology for Mahendra? I'll issue it for you.
He's not going to watch this anyways, but if you are watching, I'm interested. Let's talk.
When we were on Facebook, just Facebook, behind the scenes YouTube, this is BTS, as we in the biz like to call it. Our analytics were me, you, and Andrew, and Mahendra were the only ones that consistently watched every episode.
Oh, yeah.
So, little shout out. Morgan used to. I get it. 2 kids now. It's a little hard.
Follow us to the YouTube side. Subscribe.
He knows about it. I brought Tuna over, so Tuna can start watching these too. So shout out to you, the boy.
Tuna! What's up? Shout out, Tuna!
Speaking of which, guess who's next? Da-da-da. Next
Mr.
again.
Rogers,
Da-da-da. That's the one, Joe Lozier. He's coming into this matchup 3-5, currently in 6th place, going against the Vice President of Fantasy Football Operations, Hillier Hole, who currently sits 5-3, 2nd place in SEC play, 3rd place overall in the league. Storylines. First, when this matchup occurred last matchup, week 2, Tuna won 115-21 to 113-62, thanks to a gosh darn Willie Nelson concert. Andrew, if you did not get so drunk at the Willie Nelson concert, so messed up, if you would have just started 1 wide receiver, you would have had the win, buddy, and you would have been tied for 2nd place with Daniel right now. And I could have beat a one-loss team. Storylines going in. Tuna is currently on a 4-game losing streak. Started the season 3-1. Next 4 games has lost 0-4. He's not giving up though. He's making moves. Appreciate him. And the storyline for Andrew. Can Andrew not get so drunk the night before where he can actually set his lineup in the morning? To be determined. Huge storyline going into this. Mage factors, Tuna actually sitting A.J. Dillon. This whole time all year, I put your mage factors as your stupid running backs because you refuse to not start both the Packers running backs. And so I just want to keep the tradition alive for one more week and just include them on the list. Some way, somehow. Andrew, Joe Burrow, how effective can he be without his best weapon, his best complement, his yang to his yin? Jamar Chase. Huge storyline to monitor around the league. One thought to start, Tuna, if Darren Waller is healthy, take a chance. The walrus needs to be fed. Andrew, Curtis Samuel over Tyler Lockett. Put him in. Don't look back, baby. He's got you. 5 weeks, Tuna, you have Michael Gallup and the Broncos defense. Andrew, you have Amari Cooper, Saquon Barkley, Deion Johnson, and Graham Gano. Joe, with the facts, the storylines, the mage factors, well, who do you got in this matchup?
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, missing Saquon there as well. Like that was the one that really stuck with me.
And Amari Cooper's been like his second best wide receiver all year.
Yeah.
Who do you got in this one?
Any given Sunday. We're going to go with Tuna.
Upset?
Upset alert.
Joe, you lucky son of a bitch. I'm going Andrew. I get it. The upset is close here. This will be a huge upset watch. I think Andrew's going to rebound from that ugly, disgusting loss last week, and I sure hope he does. I mean, if not, that's going to be hilarious. Fall down more on the standings. John can gain ground. You can gain ground. I can gain ground. Absolutely terrific. Good picks. Joe, we are currently came to the single conclusion on one game. And that brings me to the next matchup. We're going to do a shot for this, Joe. This is the 4 o'clock game. This isn't the Sunday Night Football. You know, waiting all day for Sunday Night Football.
That's right. Bucks play 420. This is the 425. That Bucks Rams.
That's it, baby. Watch us get blown out.
What? We're not going to get blown out. We're going to.
Whoa, we're living on a prayer. Devin White jogs to each play. Oh, take that C off his chest.
Take the C off his chest.
Take the C off the chest.
I mean, not just yet. All I'm saying is, I mean, all Sean McVay needs is 2 plays to ruin the Bucs season.
We'll talk about this Sunday morning. You wake up early enough. I'm on the chase for the hurts. You may not know this about me, YouTube, but I've been to 6 fantasy championships, and I have lost all of them. All. Do you know what that does to a man's psyche? It does a lot of shit.
Every single one.
I am 5-3.
You thought the Bills felt bad from 2000 to 2000. What was it? The Bills was 99 in 2002 or so, or what was the Bills?
No, it was 90 and 94. They lost all 4 Super Bowls for 93. Yeah.
Wait. You're the 425 game?
Yeah. Oh, so you know what that means. Yeah, get ready. No, that's a juicy matchup. That's a juicy matchup.
Wow.
So I'm 5-3 in second place. Mason is 2-6 in 8th place. I didn't get the score from last time because I actually blew out Mason horribly. I just wanted to save him from that despair. I should have included it because that would have been gold. Storylines. Can Mason continue starting from the bottom? Now he's here on a 2-game winning streak. Now the whole started from the bottom. Now he's here. 2-game winning streak for Mason. Can he continue? On the same token, Joe, can Clay continue to excel despite the loss of Jamar Chase. After a stunning general manager performance, like the unlikes that we have seen in this league in a long time, I was able to pull off almost a combined 40 points from 2 last-minute waiver wire picks. GM of the year. I win in every facet.
GM of the week. At minimum. At minimum.
Mage factors. For Clay, I have players playing in the KC-Tennessee game. Derrick Henry for me. Travis Kelce for me. Juju Smith-Schuster for me. Maybe Kadarius Toney if Keenan Allen ain't good to go. And then Mason may have Clyde Edwards-Helaire in this. So that is something to monitor. Mason, Kamara, and Cook. Those are your 1-2 punch right there. That's the right. That's the left. 1-2. Hit them with the uppercut. Hit them with the left. That's your boys.
Nice reference.
Thank you, sir. One thought to start Joe Lozier. For Clay, it's Kadarius Toney. Hey, Tony. I love the things you do. Hey, Tony. It's all up to me and you. I want Tony.
You're the one and only Tiger.
Thank you. Thank you for getting that, bro. The Frosted Flakes commercial. I even wrote that in there. Sing Frosted Flakes song.
They're great.
They're great. He is too. He's going to be great. He's already healthy. He's going to pick it up. He's number 19. Doing a great job. So I think that could be one thought to start for Mason is going to be Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Once again, I think this KC-Tennessee game is going to get ugly. But it's just a thought, Joe. So it's not like I'm, saying to do anything. Buys. Ezekiel Elliott for me. Kareem Hunt for me. And Najee Harris. Recently traded Najee Harris. Man, I think I got waxed in that trade, Joe. I just kid. I love that trade. It was a good trade all around. B grade for both players involved. Mason, you have Dak on a bye week, which means you're going with Geno Smith, who I should have made a mage factor again because Geno Smith is just anybody that starts him is going to be a mage factor. Tony Pollard and George Kittle, huge on those last two, Pollard and Kittle. Although you don't start Pollard a lot, I still think it's big for you.
Started him last week, and he got him 43 points.
Joe, who do you have in this?
I'm looking at the matchup right now, and the fact that Dallas Goedert already has 2 touchdowns in the first quarter on your bench is
it's Travis Kelce, bro.
I'm just kidding. Goddard doesn't have 2 touchdowns.
Hey, John, you want Dallas Goedert back? Hit me up, baby.
He doesn't. Goddard does not have 2 touchdowns. For anybody listening live, they're not listening live. We're not live.
It's 12 minutes.
He does not
I'm an idiot. I believed you too. I was over here. I was like, I'm kicking myself, dude. I'm kicking myself. I thought about it.
No, I'm just looking at it, man. This is a great matchup. It really is.
That's why I made it third.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with you though. I think I'm on the chase for the Raw is the Hurts. It's gonna put down the Hurts.
Joe, do we have our first agreement tonight?
Oh, did you not?
Absolutely, we do not. Absolutely, we do not. Mason with the upset. Mason's gonna come in and dominate it. He's gonna. His new revamped roster looks incredible. He will smother him on the chase for the Hurts, who will put up a great fight till the end, unlike you've ever seen. Oh, Joe, this is going to be an interesting week of predictions matchup, buddy.
That was good.
Interesting week of predictions.
That was good.
Joe, do you know what we're into now, right? You know what this is?
I don't know. I just heard my better half just tear into the dog who was probably
there you go. She's got it, baby. She's tearing into it. What this is right now, Joe. What this
Oh yeah. It's the match of the game of the century of the year of the league.
What we have right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the America's Fantasy Football Game of the Week of the Century game. And who else could be in it, Joe Lozier? Who else could be in it but allergic to playoffs, 5-3, currently sitting in 4th place. So if the playoffs ended today,
which they don't,
you would be the last seed going against the champion from 2 years ago, the fantasy Messiah, 6-2, 1-2 in his last 3 games. Okay, just want to make that clear. Currently in 1st place, Joe. As you can see, why I made this my matchup. This is huge implications right here. Not only is this a revenge game for you because you lost the last one, 154.9 to 146.85. Not a big differential.
No.
If you win and you manage to outscore Daniel on this by 43.69 nice points, you will become the ACC standings leader, 1st place in the ACC. If I win, you'd be 2nd. If I lose, you'd be 1st place. So this is technically a battle of 1st place. There's a lot of.
Do you win?
Ooh, I like the cockiness, Joe. Joe. If Daniel wins, he of course maintains his number 1 seed. So Joe, I think we are all rooting for you this weekend. We are all Joe fans tonight. Mage factors. Joe, I cannot stress this enough. You need Mark Andrews to get you more than his last 2 games, which was 0.5 2 weeks ago and 4.68 last week.
I agree. He didn't practice today. But also, Hawkinson just got traded to Minnesota. How much of the playbook does he really know? How much is he actually going to be involved in? Question.
That's my thought. I think that was almost my mage factor. Oh, actually, no. We'll get to that later. Don't worry. We'll get to that later. I was right originally. Daniel, no Chubb, no worries? I don't think so. I think no Chubb, no wins. So that's what I think personally. One thought to start, Joe, I have DeAndre Swift over Jonathan Taylor if he's healthy and is able to play.
Are either of them going to be healthy? That's really.
You want to make a trade there, big boy?
Depends on what kind of.
Look at him lick that lips. Look at him lick that lips. Daniel, your one thought to start is Gerald Everett over TJ Hawkinson, as the aforementioned reasons by Gio. Also, he's been 5 days with Minnesota. Doesn't necessarily know the playbook. He is a good blocker, so they'll probably have him on a lot of blocking, like disguise, if you will.
Hey, let's not tell him to watch this video before Sunday.
Oh, he won't. He's too cocky. Remember he called the same team that just beat him 2 weeks ago trash? Yeah, okay. Bye weeks this week, Joe, you have Cortland Sutton and you have the 49ers defense. Daniel, you have Deebo Samuel, you have Cowboys defense, and you have Nick Chubb. That's huge. Prediction, Joe, I'll go first this time.
Oh, yeah, please.
I'll go first this time.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the better roster that I think has been since the draft. A guy I think drafted better originally, a guy that's made better moves, not afraid to make moves, and a dude that's not so insulting of other people's rosters. I'm going with Joe Loser. Pen and paper. Let's circle it. I also have Dan Sucks right next to it. Suck it, Dan.
Too sweet.
Joe, who do you got?
I'll take a shot to that. So here's the deal. I would have beat that. I can't say that on the radio. Before, even if Deebo wasn't on and Nick Chubb wasn't on by, I still would have beat that. I got me. Are you kidding me? You're going down.
Joe, that's the first one we got together, buddy.
Take a shot to that. The ACC is mine. Mine.
Oh, I like that.
You hear me? Mine.
I like that.
And Dick Vitale's a great guy. He's going to live for many years.
He's great, baby. I love Dick Vitale. I have a signed mini basketball by Dick Vitale that I keep right next to my Xbox Series X.
Oh, that's cool.
So, bro, oh, guess what, Joe? I got a 75-inch TV, and I have to, turn my head to, look everywhere. It takes up my whole wall. I ordered online for Black Friday, and I was like, oh man, I should have been there in person. This is not ergonomical, but it's terrific. I love it. I'm gonna be a Madden. I'm literally gonna be fucking. I'm staring over that shit. I'm like, boom. Zach Wilson is actually like a normal man's height in Madden when I play Madden with the Jets franchise. Woo, Joe. Thanks for joining us. We're at the 30-minute mark. We're actually running a little late. Sorry about that. We talked some extra football tidbits here and here, which I enjoyed. Joe, do you have any final comments to say before we disband?
I'll give you Jonathan Taylor for that 75-inch TV.
For who?
For that TV.
Yeah. Okay. I spent a lot of money on that. I almost spent $1,000 on that TV, and you're gonna give me like a $5 value in return. You might as well just take me in Big McDonald's and buy me an adult Happy Meal, Joe.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it was actually $700. It's normally retailed at about $1,099.
Don't flex. Don't flex too hard. Go ahead, flex.
Let's see it. Big league, dog. Big league, bro. Big league, dog. I can't wait to have you over here. We'll play some NBA.
No, looking forward to another great season, or another great week. Of victories and Bucks victories. Thanks for having me.
Hey, Joe. Always a pleasure to have you. One of my favorite guests. I would like to also welcome and say goodbye to our unofficial sponsor, Fireball. Are you going to do a shot for that? Jesus. Okay. You're right. We'll make pork chops. I'll make pork chops after this.
Oh, wait. Pork chops?
Yeah, dude, on the bone.
You're bad to the bone. George Thorough.
Bad. Bad. Joe, please, what do we would like to say to the YouTube community after we do the shot?
Like, subscribe. Like, subscribe. Like, subscribe.
Make sure to turn on notifications as well.
Oh, yeah, duh, because you want to see the content. You know what? Even if you don't want to see the content, like, subscribe. Just don't turn on the notifications. We don't care.
I care. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the show. As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for being here. Joe, thank you for being here. Thank everybody for being here. Thank you for being in the league. Thank you for watching. If you're outside of the league, we do appreciate you. Your friend's name's Ryan?
Ryan.
What's Ryan? Brian, let's go, Brian!
He gets called Brian all the time. What, Brian?
Let's go, Kevin! Let's go! Thanks for watching, Kevin. We appreciate you subscribing every day. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your Commissioner, Clay Major. This has been your Player Association Media Representative, Joe Lozier, looking jacked. This has been MIA Paper Planes. She's going to play us out. Joe, just a little shuffle before we go. There we go. Give me a little bit. And we are out. Love ya.